Welcome to Legends with Bevan Jones. Thanks to Anytime Fitness Glenelg and Bigfords Australia.
Well, g'day and welcome to Legends with Bevo, where we chat to past and present sports people, entertainment icons and people doing great things in the community. Today we're joined by a man who's played 170 games of SANFL, 25 with the Roosters, 140 with the Bays, actually a 1985 and 86 premiership player with the Bays as well. I used to dislike him back in the day because I was a big Magpie supporter, and this guy used to snipe some of my players. Alan Stringer, great to have you on.
Thanks, Bevo.
Bevo, mate.
No, I appreciate your time, and thanks very much for the opportunity to have a chat.
No, it's a pleasure to have you, mate. Let's talk about this year, of course. The Bays broke a 33-year premiership drought. You were actually played in the last one in 1986. What was it like seeing your beloved Bays win the flag this year against my Magpies?
Yeah, no, it was absolutely magnificent, Bevo. 33 years has been a long, long time, and a lot of us did go to the game, and we were more than happy to hand the baton over. Extremely proud of all the boys and everyone that's worked so hard at that footy club, because they've been starved of success, but they've now got one.
Yeah, and let's talk about your own career personally. I mentioned before you played the 25 games with the Roosters. You had the great pleasure of playing 11 games with all three brothers at the same time. There was your brother Wayne and Barry as well. What was it like playing with all three brothers?
Oh, it was awesome, Bevo. Yes, it happened in 1981, which was the first year that I broke into league footy. Round 9 it was at Richmond Oval, and Barry, Wayne and I played together, and we did represent the footy club 11 times, which was probably a huge highlight in my career. No doubt the premierships, and we'll touch on them a bit later, but playing, because Barry retired after 81, after a marvellous 220 games, and but 11 times we played, and it was a magnificent feeling and achievement, I guess.
And let's talk through the junior years. How did you end up playing footy at North Adelaide and then going on to the Bays?
Yeah, interesting story this one, Bevo. North Adelaide was our zone, so I was at Kalunga. So Kalunga is 110 miles north of Adelaide. Born at Snowtown, and a lot of people would have heard of that for all the wrong reasons, unfortunately, but we were on a family farm 15 miles north of Snowtown, and so it was the North Adelaide area. So Barry got spotted as a 19-year-old in 71, so he came to Adelaide. Wayne, being 4 years younger, came down about 4 years later. But then when I was keen to play footy, our zone changed to Central Districts. So, and a great mate of mine, Peter Jonas, who was playing at Central Districts at the time, was telling Alan Stewart not to clear me. But as it turned out that there was a $3,000 transfer fee, or you could swap a player, and a lad wanted to go from Central to North, which was me, and there was a boy that wanted to go from North to Central, so we did the deal, swapped over, so I ended up at the Bays in 1977.
And let's talk about those two premierships, 85 and 86. What a thrill it must have been to be a two-time premiership player.
Oh, extremely fortunate, Bevo. I guess extremely lucky to play league footy, number one. But we wanted to play in finals, and we wanted to be successful. And so yeah, 20 finals I played in, and yes, the grand finals were no doubt fantastic. Well, I played in 4, so I won 2, lost 2. But I take that. I think everyone would. Yeah, look, big crowds, fantastic footy, and it was just wonderful memories, mate, that I'll take with me. Yeah.
And let's talk about the rivalry between Port and the Bays, and Port and North Adelaide, because they were two of your biggest rivals as well. Back in those days, there was no rules compared to what it's like in this day and age. And you and your brother Wayne, I did mention at the start, you did used to build a few blokes back in the day. Talk us through that.
Oh, look, it was a tough era of footy, without a doubt, and we spoke off air about it, that there weren't a lot of rules back in the 80s, but I didn't win them all, Bevo, don't get me wrong. I probably come out 50-50, I think, but yeah, look, we used to bend a few rules. No doubt we used to break a few rules, but at the same time, it was just a wonderful era of footy, and you know, the Norwoods, the Ports, the Sturts, and of course the Bays and North Adelaide, they were powerhouses, and it was tremendous footy. Simple as that, it was tremendous footy. Yeah.
And unfortunately, you've had your mental health battles, which a lot of people have these days. And I think, as you can vouch for, we spoke about this off air. You know, it's people are coming out and talking about it, which is great. We've got obviously, you know, things like Talk Out Loud, which is a great organisation, and Are You OK Day. There's so many good things that people are doing and saving so many people. But talk about your battles and also your close relationship with Scotty Hodges.
Yeah, look, and if you wouldn't mind, we'll get on to that in 1 minute. I'd like to just chat about this for, you know, a minute or so. Brenton Honor, who, you know, a lot of people would know, played at South Adelaide and then coached at Glenelg, and Mark Nailey, South Adelaide and Carlton, along with the SANFL, who have jumped on board here, and Adam Kelly. We know Adam, of course, he just got a new job with the Crows, and good luck to you, Adam. But Beck Matters is involved as well. And these guys have been working really, really hard for a couple of years to form the 9th club in the SANFL, and that will consist of the past players and current players and the players that sometimes fall on hard times. And so it's a mental health program, and I'm certainly on board with it. I think it's a wonderful idea because yes, I certainly fell on some hard times, but that's life. But yeah, look, it's something that will certainly come to bear February, March next year, but you know, we'll get some fundraisers going and just to help people that do fall, you know, past players that fall on hardship. But my troubles, mate, I go back to 2003, 2004. I was only 42, 43 years of age then, and I got Q fever, which is a hideous disease as well. It's like a Ross River. It's like a chronic fatigue, and yes, I fell ill. Depression snuck in. I'm back now. I'm back in a very good place. So to answer your question about Scott Hodges, he's like a brother to me. We played a lot of footy against each other. He had an article about 4 years ago in the Sunday Mail, and I remember ringing Graham Corns to see if he had Scott's number, and naturally I knew he did. So I rang Scott, and he helped me through a lot of my issues. He really did, and because he's walked the road, and yeah, he wrote a book, and I read that book, and I could then relate to a lot that Scott was going through, and I met a wonderful man, a mental health worker by the name of Daniel. So yes, over a couple of years it took me to fight my way through this to get my health back. So Scotty and I were brothers, and we do a lot together nowadays, and he's a wonderful man.
Yeah, and obviously I did mention it before, Beyond Blue is a very important organisation doing great things as well. But for people that are suffering from mental health issues, what advice do you have from Strings?
And look, on my phone, I'm a pretty busy man now. I do a bit of work, which is great, and but I have a lot of friend requests from people who are struggling, and I've had, I guess, quite a bit of publicity over the last 12 or 15 months, and about my journey, about struggling with depression, and so look, they've got to go to a GP, and you know, at times you have to get a mental health plan to go and see a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or a mental health worker, and just be as strong as you possibly can, because I understand the safest place to keep it is inside your chest. But that's not the best place, because it goes from your chest to your shoulders to be a burden, and then it goes to your mind, and we understand how powerful the mind is. But there is help out there. There is a better life. There really is, because I'm living proof of that, and so's Scott, and so's many who have come through this hideous disease. There is a better life. So I'm so passionate now about helping other people that are walking the road, because I've walked the road, and they get some trust in me, and then we can sit down and have a coffee if they're Adelaide people, and then we can start the journey to go and get them help. Yeah.
Are you doing some great things as well with that, with doing some public speaking with Anne Hatchard, you mentioned before as well, and some other greats involved in the terms of the mental health side of things, which is it's so good that you're doing that and great to see. How do people, get you involved with their footy club if they want to see you speak?
I have got a business card here, Bevo, which I'm happy for you to put on your website, to do whatever you'd like to do with it.
Sensational.
And just talking about, Anne Hatchard, and Anne and I have done a gig or two together with Tom Harley and quite a few just wonderful people, and I'll do some more with Anne next year because she's a wonderful Crows player, and she wants to be involved in helping others, and I think it's great that we are talking more about it as a society, and we need to break the stigma down, because for many a year we just sweep it underneath the carpet and toughen up, but no, that doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You have to have some compassion for these people and reach out to them, and so I'm going to leave a legacy now, Bevo, in helping others. I really will.
And we'll definitely leave some contact details on our Facebook page for that. That's terrific.
Thank you.
No, you're most welcome. Obviously, a few months ago, we saw the tragic passing of Danny Frawley, and you actually spoke about off air how you were involved with doing some speaking last year with Danny, so that must have really touched you.
Well, I had a couple of pretty ordinary days, Bevo, I really did, and because this hideous disease, it doesn't discriminate. And yes, I did my first gig in November last year up in Clare in front of 400 people with Danny, and it was a wonderful night. And that's why I think people have to understand there is a better life, but you've got to really look after yourself. And I understand it. You've got to put yourself number one, because I'll take this with me to my grave. But there are mechanisms now that I've got from the professionals that help me cope every day. And not every day is a great day for me, but I've got wonderful mechanisms given to me by the professionals, and that's what people can receive by going to get help and have a better life, because I'm in a good place. Yeah.
Yeah, and yours is obviously a good story, but there's a lot of sad ones out there as well.
There is, Bevo. Look, and it's a terrible statistic. 8 people every day commit suicide. And for those 8 that are successful, unfortunately, 30 attempt. So if I can just help one person out there, and I know I am, Bevo, and that, every night I go to bed, my heart and my mind is filled full of gold, because I'm helping people, and we chat on the phone, and it's wonderful, and it helps me as well. Maybe, yes, it's helping them, but it's helping me as well, and to become stronger and stronger.
Well done to you, but I think we should take a light-hearted look now at your footy career, and let's go back to the days of good old Cornsey. You mentioned before that you've got a pretty close relationship with him, but what was he like as a coach? Did you like dishing out a bit of a spray to your strings? No,
he was pretty good. How Graham would go about it was, if he had a bit of a bone to pick with you, he'd take you behind closed doors and just have a really good stern one-on-one. And yeah, there were times when I went behind those doors with Graham and the likes of Harry Kernahan and Laurie Rosewarne and Rex Lay and Trevor Jakes and these sort of blokes. And yes, I got my ears burned a few times, because I was undisciplined early, Bevo. There's no doubt about it. I was undisciplined, and I had to become a better person and a better player to help the team. But Cornsey is like a second father to me. He's been a wonderful coach and a wonderful mentor for me, and he comes and does some gigs with me now, and he's a beautiful man. I can't speak highly enough of him.
And what about some of your funniest teammates? Who are some of the funniest guys you played with at North and the Bays, and why?
Yeah, Tony Simons was always a bit of a character. I was always, I guess, one just to sit on my own in the rooms, in the lead up to a game, and I wasn't a ranter or a raver. I never used to play with the balls all that much. But Simo was always a bit of a character, spinning a yarn or two. Ross Gibbs was a bit of a character, no doubt about that. North Adelaide, no doubt, Andrew Jarman was a clown, but a very good player, I might add. Mick Redden was always, the big gentle giant Mick, and a country bloke like myself. We just really enjoyed each other's company and playing together, and then obviously playing against each other.
And in terms of your toughest opponents, we spoke about the rivalry between the Maggies and Nord and Sturt, and obviously when the Bays played North Adelaide as well. But who were some of your tough opponents and why?
Oh, gee. Greg Anderson was a marvellous player at Port Adelaide, without a doubt, and Bomber Clifford, used to rotate a bit through the centre, and Bomber was a hard man. North Adelaide, you had Stephen Riley, he was a hard nut, and Tony Antropus was a hard nut, and McIntosh obviously from Norwood. I used to have great duels with Ron Fuller from West Orange. Ron was a wonderful player. There was certainly some characters out there, and I think we're probably missing that a little bit now in the AFL, but that's the way it is. But yeah, there's lots and lots of wonderful players, Bevo.
And at the moment you're doing some work with Simmons Heating and Cooling, and we both of us are sweating our pants off at the moment. It's going to be 45 this week as well on Friday, so no doubt the air conditioning world will be pretty busy at the moment, I can imagine, Strings.
For sure, Bevo, and they are a wonderful family, and I am really starting to sweat up here, Bevo. But look, I've only been working with Mark and Sarah for some 6 weeks, and they are a wonderful, motivated young family, and yes, we're at 254 Brighton Road, Summerton Park, and there's 18 lovely people employed with this company, and yes, it's heating and cooling, it's installing, it's services, and yes, this week it's been horribly busy, but good for the company, but not so good for our beautiful boys that go out there and work.
Yeah, they're doing a great job as well. Yeah. So yeah, they'll certainly be needing to get some Bigfoot's Ice coffee into them, that's for sure, String.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for you, Alan Stringer, today for your time. Thanks to Matt Peel for filming for us for Matchday Productions, and thank you as well to the West Oak Hotel for letting us film here at Legends as well. Strings, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you for sharing your journey, and well done to everything with your career and obviously what you've overcome as well. Keep up the great work, and we'll definitely be giving your speaking a plug as well, for sure.
Thanks very much, Trevor. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Matt, and hope you enjoy it, listeners. See you next time.
See you next time, guys. Thank you. Well, hello everyone, Bevo from Legends with Bevo, and if you like our videos, give us a subscribe, and you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at Legends with Bevo. And for those people that want to listen to us, you can jump on the Anchor page as well. Just look up Legends with Bevo there. We've done over 80 interviews with past and present sports people, entertainment icons, and people doing great things in the community. So I'm sure there's an interview there that you'll love to have a listen or watch. Thanks so much. And also, if you're a business or someone out there who's looking to get behind a great SA business, that's right, we're looking for sponsors at the moment for the podcast. Simply just give us a shout out or drop us a line. You can see the number there. Be great to hear from you, and obviously collaborate with some more SA businesses. I love doing that. So yeah, get in touch, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. Take care.